Hey, normally I'll let the other person introduce themselves. This time I'm going to introduce JP myself. This is JP McFadden. He's more than just a guy that fit me with clothes. When I got out of cancer, I had lost 65 pounds in like 6 weeks. Nothing fit me. I needed a suit the first time I went on staff as a pastor to do a funeral. I didn't have it. This guy made everything. He got it done in a timely manner. Said, "Don't let me fall. Get it done. I'll get it done in time. I'll take care of you, Ray. Just bear with me." The guy got stuff done for me in a hurry, but more importantly, he cared about my situation. Tremendously good guy. This is JP McFadden, good friend of mine. I love this guy to death, and I'm actually kind of giddy because I get to introduce him and I get to interview him because he's ever since I've known him, he's always been positive. And when I came here, this was sort of empty. It was like he had just started up. So with that, JP, how did you come up with an idea to do a men's clothing here in downtown Rock Hill? Where did this come from?
No, it's I have the background of the corporate side of things. But I've always wanted to have my own business. I was in the banking world. I was, kind of working my way up through that, and then when I moved back home here from Charleston in 2018, I stayed in that industry and thinking, that's going to be my path. But after a while, I just knew that wasn't for me. So I knew I needed something that was going to be for me, something that you have that core gut feeling that's going to be something that can take you forward and you see yourself doing for a long time. And I always knew I wanted to have my own business, and I love clothing. I love building the relationships with customers. I knew we needed it in town, so it was a very calculated business model of like what's the gap, what's going on with Rock Hill, are we growing, what all these things, and you can kind of see that growth, all that culminate together that it was needed. We had a men's shop in York for all those years. Ronnie Bales had that and was an amazing clothier. He works here part time now,
Sure.
and he got tired of retirement. I tell people, but I looked at clothiers like that. I was like, that's what I want. I want to be able to be a resource.
So you
in town.
targeted this. You targeted this market. So I got to go back to you were in Charleston. Where at in Charleston?
Lived in, so I went to the Citadel.
Yeah.
And then after graduation, lived in West Ashley, worked in Mount Pleasant, lived on Daniel
So you
Island for a
live
little
real
bit.
close to the beach.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I'll throw this at you. When I was 21 years old, I got out of the Marine Corps and I lived in Oceanside, California. I couldn't wait to get away from the beach because that slow. Yeah, I'll be over and take them a couple of days, and I expect them in an hour. And I said, I got to get away from this. Now I've spent 45 years trying to get back to the beach. So I wonder if that's something that you deal with. You miss the beach? You miss
I do a little bit, but that's the thing. We always know it's going to be there.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough that from exit to exit, Charleston's 2.5 hours away.
And the beach is getting closer every day because the erosion.
Yeah, there's also that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that was just one. When you said that, I thought, oh my gosh, why would you move from Charleston? But you fulfilling your dream.
Yeah.
The other thing, there's one thing I want to ask you. What's the one thing about this store and your company that's different about anybody else that you want someone to know?
Sure. No, that's since day one when I opened, I wanted it to be known, our customers to understand that we are not just transactional. We're here to build relationships. Be that guy. Everybody's, I got a guy for this, I got a guy for that. We want to be that guy that fulfills that need in the market, So we want to be the one that you can come to, I've always said, whether you're buying a pair of socks or a full suit, I want you to get the same experience. We built this to not just be a clothing store, but a lifestyle experience. You have your clothing, you have your custom, you have your barbershop, cigars, kind of the whole 9 yards there, and allows people to just come and feel at home. We have guys that will come here just to hang out, and we love it. We want to be a resource for people.
I have to vouch for this. My daughter, Sophia, is 13. I brought her here to the first person I approached to be a corporate sponsor for Greater Things was this guy with my 13-year-old daughter. And he was like, oh, sure, I'd love to do it. This is the first guy that was a corporate sponsor for our ministry. And I was like, this is great. And he addressed my daughter. She said, I told her, this is the guy that got me clothes. And oh, she goes, that's so great. She loves it here. And that transactional thing is not here. I look forward to coming and visiting. I'm coming down to Rock Hill to have lunch. And I got to stop by and just say, hey, brother, what's going on? How you doing? Nice to see you. It's a place that you want to be. It's a place you want to hang out at. That's one of the reasons I wanted to feature you in this. In this day and age, you go to these box stores, and it's just, I'll ask someone, hey, where's the shirts? Over there. They don't walk you over. They don't explain to you the value of the product they have. It's just not, for me, I'd rather be somewhere where they care about me. I think we were going to do a video in the future of someone that works at a box store, and you can't believe she works at a box store. That's the kind of treatment you get here. You can't believe this guy, the way he treats you. He helps you. He takes care of you. What's your favorite hobby or thing to do when you're not here at work?
Well, I'm one of the fortunate ones that I was able to take a passion and a hobby and turn it into a business. So I do care a lot about clothing when I'm not here. I'm always, doing, research on it and understanding it and wanting to see more and do more. But I'm a big person who likes, of course, I love spending time at home with my wife and our dog. But I'm a sports guy. I like to go to any games around the area. I like to fish. I like to hunt. I like to golf. So I like to be active as much as I can. But really just live each day to where you can just doing things you enjoy doing. I'm lucky enough to where.
Sounds like a Ghost Peppers invitation. Ghost Peppers is sponsoring us, and we're doing it. They give us the box seats, air conditioning, food, and everything on August 8th, I believe, August 8th at 7 p.m. Come, I'll give you the link.
Great,
thank
you.
It's a great thing. If you've ever been to Ghost Peppers Stadium, it's beautiful, but I'll get off that. But liking sports and liking watching is a good thing. The only other thing I'd like to ask is, if someone was looking for something that they can't find anywhere else, or it would be hard to get their hands on, what's the one or two items, you can even walk with us, or you can just tell us, what's the one or two items you have that you can't find if you go to a lot of the men's stores around that wow, I needed that, and I don't have that. I will tell you this, I took a couple pictures of the different cuffs and the different collars, and I'm sure, I remember the movie Goodfellas, the guys got the long collars. If I needed them, you can find them for me, but what are those one or two things that you can find here that's just not going to be able to get your hands on anywhere else?
Well, that's a great question. It's a two-part answer.
Sure.
So with the retail side, the pictures that you took out of the store, those are carefully curated every time we go to our market, whether it be in Charlotte or Chicago, February and August, every season. We always are very intentional with things that you don't find everywhere. You may see another men's shop have it, but that men's shop's 100 miles away or 30 miles away. So being very carefully curated. But my favorite, I would say, is the custom side. Because you can truly build something to somebody's specifications, the fit, the look, how they want it. We do a big wedding business, and I'll have grooms come in and they'll show me pictures on the phone saying, I want that. And to be able to recreate that and see their face, that's the best part.
That's something I like. When I got done with cancer, I lost so much weight. I've got this big roll of skin on me because I used to weigh like 368 pounds. I go, JP, I got to have pants that fit me, but I got to have a shirt that's got enough in it where I don't look like I'm bulging. And he did it, and he pulled it off. And I don't wear them anymore because now I'm getting too much weight. Got to go over and do the process again, which means I'm coming back.
That's right.
But I'm thankful to be here, brother. If there's anything else you want to communicate with anybody, anything that comes to mind that we missed, is there anything I can?
Now, we've done a good job covering it and just people understanding who we are and that we're here to continue to help the community and grow and be that resource for people.
I love this guy. I love him very much. He's a tremendously nice guy. You've got to come in and experience it. Even when he's not here, the guys that work with him, and I don't say they work for him because they work with him. They're all true professionals. They're always, how can I help you? This store, this men's store, this clothing store, is Greater Things approved.